Hello and welcome back to the Mediabox with me, Charles Amponta. It's the 27th Congress of Local and Regional Authorities session. We turn our attention now to Georgia. Our report has just been presented on the observation of elections there. Report author and Mayor of Katwijk in the Netherlands, Jos WIENEN, joins me now. Thanks for coming in.
Hello.
I hope I've pronounced the name of the town correctly, Katwijk.
Yeah, Katwijk.
Katwijk.
Yes.
Briefly, what are the findings and indeed the key recommendations of this report in Georgia?
Well, the first and most important finding is that we have seen fair elections and that technically they were very well organized. That's important because in the past it sometimes was a problem there. But now it was technically a very good process. But of course, there are also certain concerns and recommendations. The first one is about the precinct and district election commissions. They are composed partly by professionals and partly by representatives of political parties. But 6 out of 7 political representatives are of the ruling coalition, the Georgian Dream, and 1 for the opposition. And we have said that is not very well. It's not balanced, and we think that they have to change this arrangement, that there will be a better balanced composition of these election commissions. A second point is that we think there must be better conditions for independent candidates to run in elections. Now it's almost impossible for independent candidates. You have
What's stopping them? What's stopping an independent candidate for standing for election?
Because there are provisions in which you only can fulfill if there's a political party who sends you as a candidate. And we say it must be possible for independent people who want to run for a position, for a mayor, for example, to be part of the election. So they have to change the law for that. And then it's very important, they had a commission for fair and free elections. And I think they did very well work. But the president of this commission was a minister. And I think it's better to have this commission without a political guidance. So I think, and our commission thinks, that it's better when not a minister or a political representative is president of such a commission, but an independent professional. And then there's one very important point. We had good elections. We were impressed by the organization, but the election campaign was aggressive. There is violence, there is a very sharp verbal aggressiveness, and we've seen that is not good. And it's very important that political parties in Georgia work on a climate in which politics is not fighting, but politics is about discussing. And more respect for the opponents is very important because people see what happens and it brings a bad atmosphere. So we think the most important point is we have now good elections, but we also have to work on better conditions and better relations between politicians.
So, having said what you've just said, how has all of that, if at all, affected turnout at the elections?
Well, it's difficult to see that. Of course, you are in a country and you see what happens, but you have not the knowledge how exactly it is. But we have the strong impression by all the talks that we had that things are better now than it was in the past. So we think we are in a good way, but they have to go on, especially in this atmosphere. And how to work on that, that's the difficult point. But we had, after the elections in September, a conference in Tbilisi, the capital of Georgia, in which we spoke with Georgian parties and government and parties on local level about the elections and how to improve the situation. That is very important because they wanted to learn. And for example, now when we spoke in the Congress, about the report. There was a deputy minister from Georgia here, and the mayor of Tbilisi, the capital, is also a member of the Congress. He was here, and they both told me, your report was important. You were the only international organization who was monitoring these elections, observing these elections, and we want to learn from it, and we want to look at the recommendations and work on that. And it's important that Georgian parties see it and they want to take it.
So what's the next step then after the observation of these elections?
The first step we already made with this conference in Tbilisi. Second step was here, the approval for the report by the Congress. And I think the third step will be that the political parties in Georgia will work on the recommendations. And we hope to be in the position to ask them, how did you manage that? And that will happen in the future, of course. We have the position now because they have invited us to be in contact with them about that.
Thank you very much indeed.
Okay.
That's Jos Wienen, Mayor of Katwijk in the Netherlands. That's it for now. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.